Hiya folks, just a reminder to check out my other channel, How to Rock Spirit, where I talk about psychedelic spirituality and astrology. Hope to see you there. Howdy do-dah folks, my name is Dustin Cormier, you guys are watching How to Rock a Campfire. Today I got a song request. I've been trying to do some song requests lately. I get them done whenever I can. This is a song request by YouTube user Still Virago, and I hope you enjoy it still. This is a song request of a Kiss song called Cold Gin. Everyone knows the song Cold Gin, right? Cold gin time again! And obviously it's an electric-y sort of song. And I've tried to acoustify it in a way that you could play with some people. I mean, even not just at a campfire, anywhere. You need people, obviously, that are like drinkers. I got a few buddies that are just drinkers, and a lot of the times you can't really hear the acoustic guitar enough for this song to really do the electric song justice. But if you got a bunch of people that are drinking and they know the tune, then you don't even need to play guitar. You know, everyone's just going to be on the words, right? If everyone knows the song well enough. So anyway, it's an acoustified version of Cold Gin by Kiss. So, I usually like to start off basically with that main riff, and then like we're gonna come into the, I guess I would call this the main riff, but in the song there's that main, I do the chords. That's sort of me being a bass player trying to get the rhythm, you know, because you can't really hear if you're just doing that very light riff the whole time. Obviously if it was electric you could hear it. Anyway, but I usually start off with that riff though. So it starts off in sort of like G sharp basically. And what I do is I've got my second finger on the 5th fret of the G and my third finger on the 6th fret of the D string. And you're just hitting those two notes. It's like the G sharp note is the first, and then the third of the G sharp, which is the C note, is the major third harmony, right? And then you just basically take that down 2 frets. You're just basically going down one whole note, and then from there you take it down. You take your third finger down 1 fret to the 3rd fret of the D, and then your first finger you take it down 2 frets. So you're basically switching. You're keeping your third finger in position, going down 1 fret, but then you use your first finger to go to the 1st fret of the G string. I usually just do that a few times and then come right into the chords, right? So you're going, it's obviously hard to do an acoustic or whatever, like I said, but you're going B, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, right? B, G sharp, and then F, F sharp, F sharp, and then up to the G sharp. F, first, second, fourth, second, fourth, second, fourth, fourth, first, second, fourth. And then so from there, that's that main chord riff that I'm trying to get at, and then from there we actually come into the lyrics. And what I do for the lyric part is I'm basically going F, G sharp, you hit it twice and you do the lyrics, right? My heel is broken, I'm so tired. And what I'm doing for this second chord is basically it's like you're playing the F sharp chord but with the G sharp still on the bass. In order to do that, all you got to do is go from the G sharp, and then you'll play this next chord, and you'll try to only hit 3 notes in particular. You try to literally not hit the B string, the high E string, or even the A string. I mean, you have to hit the A string if you want to hit the other 2 strings. So what I like to do is I like to flatten out that A string with the fat part of my middle finger, right? So you can't. All you can really hear is the G sharp note, and then you've got your third finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and your first finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, right? It's like the second part of that riff. That's where your first finger and your third finger are trying to form, except your second finger is on the 4th fret of the E string, right? The heater's broken, I'm so tired. Yeah, I guess obviously they only do the riff once, sorry about that. I need some fuel to build the fire. The girl store, her lights are out, yeah. The landlord's gone, I'm down and out. And then after the 4th line on every verse, you go, you do the riff twice. And then when you come to the chorus, it's simply, you're trying to just do bar chords and really trying to make them really fat and heavy so that everyone can kind of hear them, right? You're going E flat, and then, let's see, E flat, E, F, and then F sharp to the B, and then E flat, right? So that's 6th fret. You're doing bar chords, and we're considering your first finger to be sort of the root note that we're doing. You're going 6th fret, and then 6, 7, 8, 9th fret on the A, and then 9th fret on the E string. Down, 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 E flat, then F sharp to the B. You know it'll always win. It's cold gin time again. You know it's the only thing that keeps us together. And then I try to do it 4 times, right? And then it's second verse, right? It's time to leave and get another chord. So then we go through the whole second verse again, or we go through the verse again on the second verse. Then we go to the chorus one more time. It's cold gin time again. You know it'll always win. So blah blah blah. After that, that keeps us together. So then after the second chorus, we do the main riff 4 times, and then we go into the solo, which is basically after the 4th time, you go to the F sharp and you stay there. And then they go into that cool thing, you know, it's such an awesome rock and roll thing. F sharp to the B, and then you go. This is kind of just me figuring this out. A lot of the times, literally, if I'm doing this with my drunk friends, it's just funny. They'll all just be going down now, down now, down 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 down, and they'll be doing that with the voice, right? So anyway, if you want to get that going, that's what I try to go for. But you're going F sharp to the B major, and then I just do a B major bar chord when I go to the B major. You could do like an actual B major, but it just doesn't sound as rock and roll as when you do the B 5th chord, which is just the B chord without a major third or a minor third, right? And then, so yeah, you're going F sharp to the B, and then B, A, B, B, A, B, A, B, B, A, B, A, right? So that's that note. B, A, B, A, B, and then open E, and then F sharp to the B, and then the second time you actually, and then the second time you go from the G sharp to the C sharp, and then this time it's a bit harder because you're not just doing it on open chords. You got to go C sharp B, C sharp B, C sharp, and then F sharp. And then you do that twice, and then you come into basically the E flat, and this is the part where they do this kind of cool little thing, right? You're going E flat, and it's sort of a little breakdown stop where they go, you sort of bar your first finger on the 6th fret of the A, D, and G strings. So that's what you're trying to do to get there. You kind of bar your first finger on those 3 strings, and you do the bar chord, the regular bar chord of the E flat 5th, and then when you go to that riff, it's basically kind of take your pinky off to make it a little bit easier for you. Even as long as you've got the D string and the G string covered by your first finger on that bar. And then you're basically going from the 6th fret to the 8th fret, and you're hammering it on 6 8 6 6 8 6 6 8 6, and that second 6 obviously is on the G string. And then from there you climb down from the E flat, C sharp, C, and then to the G sharp again. And then from there I usually like to go back to the riff, right? So and then from there you go back into the main riff. And then after doing that main riff twice, after coming out of the solo, you go right back into the chorus instead of going to another verse. It's cold gin time again. You know we'll always win. That keeps us together. Yeah, so you gotta love Kiss, man. I honestly I love Kiss. I mean, like, I'm much more into the softy kind of stuff, you know? Like, I like Bob Dylan and Neil Young and all these sort of folksy kind of tunes. But sometimes you just gotta get the rock out, man. And Kiss is just an awesome example of a band. Gene Simmons is born in the year of, like, the year of the Earth Ox. He's a Virgo, and he's just got such good business acumen. And he was sort of like the center for the rest of the band, but like everyone bounced off him perfectly. I don't know. I just love Kiss, man. They're awesome. You can't not. So yeah, this is an acoustified version of Cold Gin. Kind of ridiculous, but that's how I roll, you know. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope that Still Virago, YouTube user Still Virago, enjoys it as well. I'm so tired. I need some fuel to light a fire. Mind a store, her lights are out, yeah. The landlord's gone and I'm down and out. Time again, you know it'll always win.